Hi, Caspar on the 27th of November 2024. It is the 27th, yes, 27th. And look, I opened a bottle of, I chilled a bottle of red Maranges the other day, thinking it was white. And now we have the white that I actually thought that wine was. This is the 2016 Maranges 1er Cru La Fussière from Bachelet-Monnot. And I know in the last few years, Bachelet brothers have bought a slab more of 1er Cru La Fussière vineyard. I think this was before that, is 19, as I say, 13.5% on the label. I put it in a glass and I've transferred it actually to a really a red burgundy glass to give it room to move and stretch its legs a bit. So let's have a look at it. Lovely bright canary yellow colour. It looks rather stunning. And it's classic Bachelet-Monnot, really. I mean, it's pared back, it's spare, no extraneous sort of exuberant fruitiness about it. It's got just, and it smells very, very different in this glass. Obviously, what it did in the other glass. In the other glass, I picked up a touch of sort of toasty reduction and something herbal, something very spicy. This is rather different and really quite difficult to describe. It smells like salted apple, but there's so many other things going on. A bit of pear and a bit of that lime leaf, and there's that toastiness as well, which I was talking about, which will be oak, but there's also that it's such a fractional bit of reduction that it's really neither here nor there, but it's lean, it's focused, it's beautifully defined. It's got a hint of a fraction of warmth about it. A little bit of riper citrus fruit, perhaps fresh orange, but good tension, good focus. Well, if intensity, concentration is apparent from the entry, it goes in. Its presence is really felt across the palate, and that intensity continues right the way through. It gathers grip in the form of the acidity, but there's also a sort of earthy, almost granular mineral quality to the structure of this wine, and a sort of earthy texture that binds with what fruit there is. And actually the boundary between fruit and this mineral structure is quite hard to perceive, actually. As I say, it's not a wine that's delivers on its fruit content. It's there is so much else beside. There's a bit of almost roasted orange rind there now, and a definite herbal note as well. Firm, appley fruit. Not a flowery apple. This is a really firm apple, and then this enormous sort of almost slightly smoky spice that comes into the grip and pushes it really long in the palate. This is not a wine I think I'd sit around drinking on its own, and it's also a wine that I'd be happy to keep for quite a bit longer. This is the first one out of my case of 6. So we're talking about, actually I remember asking a producer of white burgundy, I can't remember which one, when they drink their 1er Crus, and they said sort of 6 to 8 years, about right. But that was in Puligny-Montrachet. This is a Maranges 1er Cru, and 19, so, and it's 5 years old already, and it's just getting into its stride. And I think that is Bachelet-Monnot. These are the wines they make. They are all sort of almost Riesling-like in their cut, their definition, their ability to age. They're quite different from most other producers, although I think there is a move in Burgundy to pick earlier, to produce wines that are less ripe, and I think that's to counter climate change to an extent, and that's also to counter, I think, premature oxidation. Keep the wines fresh, keep the acidity there as a preservative. Of course, acidity and alcohol, the preservatives in wine, tannin in red wine also. But the Bachelet brothers are increasingly known for producing these bright, tight, focused, defined white wines, and this is a great example of sort of Côte d'Or Chablis, if you like, and complex, fascinating, age-worthy. I just think that's really fabulous wine. I'm going to enjoy another sip, and indeed another glass after that. But that's absolutely lovely. That's been 2019 Maranges 1er Cru La Fussière from Bachelet-Monnot. A great thing, as I was kind of expecting, but lovely.